Hello there. Today we'll be talking about few things that are likely keeping you poor. Welcome to Straight Up with Dr. Yide, where I talk about wealth creation and financial discipline. I am Dr. Olaide Jinodo. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, I know you're missing out. Why don't you subscribe right now and hit that notification bell so you get notifications every time I post new videos. Now straight to the chase. Before I go ahead with the 10 things, let's establish a fact that poverty starts from the mind. It's the way you think. Poverty is a mindset. You might have money, but because you have a poor mentality, all that money will leave you within a very short while. So understand that to be rich, start thinking rich, start thinking abundance, change the way you think, change the way you perceive the world and perceive people as well. And now we go to the very first point I have here, biting more than you can chew. I specifically chose this as my very first point because it's a common thing we've come to observe. A lot of people unknowingly, unwittingly bite more than they can chew. How do I mean by this, or what do I mean by this? A lot of people are very oblivious of their financial capability and they take up responsibilities they can't shoulder. A common example is taking up responsibility from your extended family members that you should not. You need to understand and find a dichotomy, a dividing line between people that are really your responsibility and people that are not. If you don't create this divide, you will fall into trouble. Many people are very frustrated now because they've tried to help family members when they were in need at the expense of their own happiness and their own capability to forge ahead. I'll give you a very common example. Imagine a young man who decided to stop schooling because he wanted to send his younger ones to school. He's been working tirelessly, abandoning his life, stops schooling, stops forging ahead, goes do menial jobs just to get his siblings to school. That, I must say, is a very stupid thing to do. Help your siblings, yes, but do not neglect yourself. While you are helping them grow, ensure you grow too. Ensure you don't abandon your capacity to grow or earn. Don't think helping your siblings is an investment. It is good to help your siblings, but do not do that at your expense. You can't save someone from drowning while you are drowning yourself. Leading me to my next point here. Spending too much time on useless activities. Now mind my statement, spending too much time. You keep up with all the football matches. Are you making money from them? It's not a crime to watch football or love sports. But when you're doing it at the expense of time you could be using to learn how to make money or actually make money, you probably would stay poor because you're spending time on things that will not fetch you money. Ensure that you spend just an allocated time on things that don't fetch you money. Spend more time on things that can build your capacity, build creativity. Watch videos on YouTube that make you learn how to make money or build a skill. Stop keeping up with all the useless series you have that will not make money for you. Wake up! These are things that keep people poor. You keep up with all the TV series, all the reality TV shows and all that at the expense of your creativity. People making these channels are making a whole lot of money from you while you are just there on your couch binge watching series after series and you're complaining that the economy is bad. You are part of the problem. Leading me to my third point, poverty mentality. Remember I said poverty and wealth are states of the mind. A poor man would always think lack because he's conditioned to think that way. But you can change that. I can tell you, if the same 1 million naira or $1 million is given to a poor man and a rich man, they will come down with different results. Come back in 3 months' time, the poor man has nothing left. Come back in that same 3 months, the rich man has a lot of money because he doesn't just think about spending, he thinks about how can I multiply these funds. But the poor man, the first thing he thinks about is, oh, I have to stop living like a poor man. I don't eat all that crap anymore. I start eating from the choicest of choicest restaurants. That is poverty. That's the way a poor man thinks. He bites more than he can chew. He spends without thinking of replenishing what he has spent. Point number 4, taking advice from the wrong people. Many a times, especially in Africa here, We love to take advice from older people, thinking that because this person is older, this person is probably smarter than you. But listen and think back before you take that advice that person is giving you. Who is giving the advice? Is the person wealthy? Is the person successful in that field he or she is advising you? If the answer is no, disregard the advice. A lot of people are quick to talk without even knowing what they're talking about. If you take financial advice from your neighbor because he or she is older than you are, you might run into trouble. Only take advice from people who have shown success in that field they are talking about. Disregard it if they don't have experience in that field. Age is not always experience, Our experiences are not perfect. So be wise when you listen and take advice. Always ensure you take advice from professionals, from people who know what they're talking about. You wouldn't go meet an organizer or a mechanic if you need to build your house. You go meet an architect, a builder, a civil engineer, because that's what they do. They are talking their onions. You don't go meet someone who doesn't know about investments. You must observe their life and see that it's something worth emulating. Point number 5, spending too much time with other poor people. When you spend too much time with poor people, people that think poverty, who are always complaining about the economy, complaining about how the rich are getting richer, you most likely will stay and continue to stay poor. Why don't you look for a mentor who is wealthy and ask how he or she made money? Spend more time with people who you desire to be like, and in a very short while, you'll start to think like them and obtain the kind of results they have achieved. Point number 6, thinking it's your responsibility to help everyone. It's very good to help everyone, but do you understand or even know your capacity? When you help people financially, ensure that you're not doing that at your expense, at the expense of your growth. Stop giving people money or loaning out money to people who don't have the capacity to pay you back. It will only end in misery and a lot of heartbreak. Believe me, it is not your responsibility to help them sort out their problems. Be sincere with yourself. If you know you don't have the capacity, you don't have to try to impress anybody. If you don't have the capacity, you simply don't have the capacity. Do or act within your means. Point number 7, the inability to self-reflect. All you do day in, day out is spend money, complain. You don't reflect. You don't do a 360 evaluation of yourself. How am I doing? Am I taking stock of my skill? Am I getting better at what I do? Do I need to get more skill? Am I a very, very faithful or obedient or even a very fantastic employee? Am I a fantastic employer? You need to self-evaluate. Reappraise yourself at every point in time. You need to evaluate yourself. Are you doing well? If you know you can't be sincere with yourself, open up and look for a mentor who will cut down, who will look at you straight in your face and tell you the truth. You are not doing well, or you are doing well. Keep it up. Stop assuming you're doing well. You need to get yourself evaluated, probably by a financial mentor. Point number 8, poor knowledge of savings and investment. A lot of people are very familiar with the term savings and investment, but I can bet you 80% of people don't understand the concept of saving or what investments are. So people can't even tell the difference between an investment and gambling. People believe you have to save to buy a liability. You don't save for liabilities. You save so that you ensure that you have enough money to invest. Now imagine if you've not been saving and an investment opportunity comes your way. You probably don't have enough money to run into that investment. You're probably looking for the next person to borrow you money to invest. The bank most likely will not borrow money. You need to have some funds. Nobody would ever give you all the funds you need for an investment. You need to show that you have some form of stake in it. So learn to save. The essence of savings is for you to have enough or just about enough to plunge into an investment. I can assure you, every man on earth will be exposed to an opportunity, an investment opportunity. But the problem is, are you ready, or will you be ready when that investment opportunity comes to you? Learn what savings are really meant for. You don't save money to buy a car. You don't save money to buy a house, except it's for an investment purpose. Learn the true essence of saving and investments. Point number 9, a lifestyle of gambling as opposed to investment. Now, like I said earlier, a lot of people, you find them already poor and still gamble. They keep gambling over and over again. Gambling can never get you rich. You might make a lot of money from gambling, but I can assure you, you will lose all that money within a very short while because you have not learned to multiply funds. You have not learned the true essence of wealth. You don't even know what wealth is. It's a concept of cash flow. You need to create a cash cow that spends money consistently. Gambling will never get you rich. It will only wreck you eventually. Leading me to my last point, the family trap. Yes, the family trap. Many of us are falling or are still in this family trap when you find it difficult to understand that these are your responsibilities and those are not your responsibilities. Now, when I say family trap, you need to clearly understand the difference between your nuclear family and your extended family. If you are not married, your nuclear family is your father, your mother, and your direct siblings. If you just found this video interesting, I would have you like, share, post your comments, and don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Till we meet again, same time, same place next week. Don't forget, health is wealth.